Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. Today I've got 3 replays to show you in the recently buffed Tier 8 German Pref Tier 8 medium tank, the Panther .8.8. Now, this is a tank, as I say, they've recently buffed. I've always quite enjoyed playing this tank, if I'm honest, and this buff has made it a lot more enjoyable to play, because one of the problems with the tank I always found it was a little bit sluggish to get off the line. And they've addressed this with the buff, and they've increased the horsepower of the tank from 700 to 870, the power to weight ratio from 15.05 to 18.71. They've also increased the turret armour from 120mm on the front to 185, and the rotation speed of the turret from 36 to 42, as well as increasing the aim time from 2.3 all the way down to 1.8. So what these buff means now, basically it makes this tank a lot more mobile, and what I like to do, and I've found I've had the best games doing so, is I actually run the powertrain trait still to increase the engine power, because you don't really need stabs on this tank anyway, because with all your crew perks it's really accuracy anyway, so it's almost a waste, and then you can just run optics and the reloader, and you know you'll be able to see in this video combined with the buff to the power to weight ratio and the engine power, and with the equipment of powertrain, the tank really does shift. So that's enough of me rambling on. Let's just get on to the replays, and you can see for yourself in the replays. Okay, so on to the first replay then on Nom Nom. It's a Tier 8 game, obviously being Pref, but we're only ever going to see it up to Tier 9, which is nice because it means you get to avoid playing tanks like the Averys, etc. So yeah, for all these reasons, it is enjoyable to have that Pref tank. And we're up against 2 front police and 1 enemy light tank. Now already you can see I'm trying to cross the map to get to the other side and spot the enemy team as quickly as you can. And with the combination of the buff to the engine power, and the power to weight, and with the powertrain equipment on as well, you really do, you glide across the map, and you can get to your top speed really quickly, which is good, especially in a tank like this, where you can also, because you're quite a heavy Tier 8 medium, you can get some good rams off and get some good ram damage in as well. We spot an enemy light tank at the start. Unfortunately we miss our shot, but he does get slapped and we pick up 500 assistance at the start. We're just keeping an eye on that light tank. We don't want him to come behind and clip us. If he presents a shot, then we're going to want to make sure we can hit that shot. But we're just going to poke now to see what we can spot. Unfortunately, the Fun Police does try and get a shot into us. Only splashes us for 50 odd damage, so it's not the end of the world. But we just got to be aware of that, conscious of that when we're peeking in this spot. But at the moment, I'm just trying to spot the enemy tanks. Now, this tank does have 8 degrees of gun depression, but it is only over the side of the tank, so you're going to get more gun depression looking over the side of your tank. We're going back to see if we've got another shot into this light tank who is still alive. Trying to find a shot, and we do get one in and damage their engine deck, which is good, putting them onto a potential 1 shot to us now. We're hoping to try and take that tank out as if we can. The enemy tanks have pushed across on this 1-2 line. We're looking for shots, but it's awkward for me to poke here because I've got to be careful when I poke to get shots in there. I'm not going to get shot on the side of the turret. So I'm looking for a better angle to be able to get those shots in. So I'm going to fall over to this ridge where I can use the rock on my left as protection, and then try and lean over and get shots into these tanks on the right hand side while they're distracted. A bit of a poor aim shot there, probably could have got a pen there, but we rushed that one a little. Not to worry, we've still got more shots available to us, so we're getting some shots into this medium tanker now. They are caught out in the open, and we've got 3 farms if they stay in this location. So put yourself onto just shy of, just shy of 1,000 damage there. Get a nice shot into that medium damage. Track them in place, actually pick up some track assistance for that. So we put on sort of 1,700. No, sorry, 1,200 assistance damage now, and now this medium which we're shooting area has come full speed into us, but we do have a lot of cover fire, and hopefully we can take this tank out without losing too much damage in return. So pretty good result. We lost a few hit points, but in the day we took out a Tier 8 tank for that, Still got 800 hit points, and we're starting to make a dent on this enemy team here, putting us on to 1600 damage and 1200 assistance. But now again, I'm going to relocate. I'm just looking at the map. This is where our team are. I think I'm going to try and get into position to get shots into these TDs. One of which just got taken out by our friendly SU there, and we picked up the assistance for it. And we're starting to collapse on the enemy team. I'm looking to try and finish this area of the map up as quickly as we can, and then go and deal with the remaining heavies, which are probably moving towards our base on the other side. We can see there the tracer from that fun police, so we know where one of the fun polices are. And I've made the decision just to go and take these tanks out as quickly as I can, because I've got a free run at it. There's no one here to really stop me. And as you know, with the buff to the fun police artillery hit points, they do have, you know, a lot of hit points. We've just seen the trace of this second fun police on the left as well. So we're going to use this rock so it limits us, so we can only get shot by the one fun police while we try and take him out, and the other fun police is not going to have shots on us, because we can see where that tracer fire came from earlier. Thankfully he missed his shot, and we're hoping we're going to have enough time to take this tank out before it reloads, and we do. Picking up our second kill, putting us on to 2500 damage, 2300 odd assistance damage, and only 5 tanks remaining. So it's just about how much can we get out of this game before it's over at this point. And we're going to push. We know where the other fun police was roughly. We do spot them on the mini-map here. It's full health, so we can go and get some shots in. I should really aim for the track wheel here and track them in place, because unfortunately I'm going to get stuck in a situation where he's going to be able to turn and get a shot into us. Not a lot I can do here. You know, if I want to track them in place, I probably, you know, might be able to avoid that. But thankfully he only splashes us for about 400, and now we're able to just take this tank out. Confirming the second fun police, so picking up the medal for killing the 2 artilleries. 4 tanks remaining, 3 kills, 3600 damage. That's 11 versus 3. It's just about what we can get out of the remaining of the game now. Thankfully, like I say, with the mobility buff here and that powertrain, I do really like running the powertrain in this tank, because you don't need stabs because the gun's already accurate, so you're not losing a lot. I guess you could put vents on to, you know, increase the DPM a little bit more, but it's already got decent DPM. And I've just found that the power, that buff to the mobility is helped it a lot. I was running it before the change to the tank, and now it just seems it's working even better, because I really can just zoom across the map. And we'll try and get a snapshot into that heavy tank. Unfortunately we don't pen, we track them in place though, so we do pick up a bit of assistance. There's only 2 tanks remaining here. We're going to come in for this KV. We fire on the move, trying to get a shot in. Unfortunately we hit the building, but now we should be able to get some nice side shots in. We get 1 shot in there, putting us under 3700 damage. We're hoping to get the kill shot. We do, picking up the 4th kill of the game. 1 enemy tank left remaining, and it's just about, can we get the kill shot on this tank. We come around the corner. This was a poorly aimed shot. Probably could have just shot the cupola there. Sorry, and now we get another shot in. Unfortunately we try and shoot the tumour, but again it wasn't great. We should be able to finish him off this time. 3rd time a charm, and we pick up the 5th kill, which brings us into replay number 1. So let's see how we did before we move on to the second replay of the video. We do get 5 kills, 4000 damage, 2600 assistance, get the medal for killing the 2 fun police and the ace tanker. But like I say, 2 more to come, so I'll move on. Okay, so we're on for replay number 2 on highway. This time is a tier 9 lobby. We do have 1 enemy fun police on the team, but there's no enemy light tanks or friendly light tanks, so we're going to push straight to that position underneath the bridge from the start. It's even better that there's no light tanks, because, you know, there's less chance of us getting spotted, getting into position, and we had a good spawn for it as well. So hopefully once we get under that bridge we can see if anything is crossed, and then we can get some shots on them. If nothing's there, which it looks like there isn't, we're going to be able to push forward and try and get up onto the ridge as quick as we can to spot the enemy team, and potentially pick up some assistance. So like I say, I haven't really hesitated, because nothing really got spotted at the start, and I want to get into position quickly, because that's when you're going to catch people off guard and potentially pick up some assistance. So we spot a full health waffle here, which is great. We've just been able to get behind this rock to keep ourselves safe, and now they're not in a good position, so we should be able to pick up quite a lot of assistance there. And straight away we've picked up the full tanks worth of assistance. So really decent start to the game, and we've got this T29 who we've got good shots into now. We managed to get 2 shots in. We bounced a shot as well, and we're just hoping that we're going to be able to pick up the kill on this tank, or they're going to get some assistance, and we do manage to set them on fire. So really decent start to the game, getting 1600 assistance, 1000 damage of our own, and a kill. We'll quickly poke again, see if we can spot anything else. We're getting out spotted. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to stay in this position for too long. I've kind of achieved what I wanted to do in that position at the start. I'm now just going to relocate to the ridge here, and I can spot them a little bit safer, because I actually can get, it's easier for me to shoot the tanks without getting shot in return from this position. And we do manage to spot a tiger and put ourselves up to 2,200 assistance there. And we're just going to keep going. The front police detector is going off, so we do got to be careful trying to keep moving so we can try and lose this spot and lose the focus from the enemy front police. We're now going to push up to this ridge and see if we can spot any of the tanks camping on the ridge there. Get a nice shot into that pattern, and keeping them detected. So we are picking up more assistance there, putting yourself up to 2,800 assistance, and still on full health. So really, I'd say decent start to this game on highway. It's probably why I prefer this spawn. It's a lot better spawn than the other side. I find you can put the pressure on the enemy team a lot more from this side. As you say, just keeping them detected. We obviously have our friendly front police, and anything sort of sniping on this cross, anything pokes too high, we're going to be able to pick up more assistance. We've got to be aware of the fact though that the enemy team have pretty much won the town now. So they can either do 2 things. They're either going to turn around and come back for the base, defend the base, or they're just going to keep pushing. So I need to be kind of aware of the situation that if they do push all the way, then we can't stay in this location because we won't be safe anymore. So we have to make a decision of whether we're going to push up and try and win the top, or whether we're going to fall back and try and catch them off guard pushing into our base. But at the moment, I'm just going to stay here for as long as I can, just trying to pick up as much assistance as possible till I have to move, basically. I want to try and get the balance right of when I relocate. This enemy tiger, it's hard for me to get shots of this tiger without exposing myself and getting shot by those 2 mediums as you see there. I'm just kind of shooting down the buildings just to make it easier for any of our tanks who do have shots. Then might be able to get shots into the tank if we get rid of the destructible cover which he could be hiding behind. Yeah, it's a pretty close game all the way through. If I've had that decent start, it's still 10-10 at the moment. And as you can see on the mini-map now, the enemy team have pushed out of the town and towards our base. And I think it's about that time where I'm going to go and make the decision to come back and see if we can deal with that, getting any shots in any of the tanks crossing, basically, because it's difficult for me to push that top at the moment. So I'm pushing here and I'm just looking for any shots. Unfortunately, I do get detected there. I was kind of playing a little bit risky. We do eat one for that by this pattern. We are able to put one back into the pattern though, to trade out those hit points. We're looking for a second shot as it moves. Unfortunately, we don't able to get that one in, but we're still fairly healthy. It's still a pretty close game though. We've got 3,000 assistance, 2,000 damage, and at least 3-4 of the tanks we know are pushing into our base. So that's what we're trying to deal with at this moment. And once we've dealt with that, we can then go back and deal with the other tanks. So we get a nice shot into that medium there. Looking to see if we can get any shots here. But I want to try, I don't want to leave it too late before I cross to get, otherwise if I leave it too late, I might not be able to get over safely. So I'm going to push over now to get into position to try and defend the base from those incoming tanks. And yeah, so we've had a decent start to game. 3,000 assistance, 2,500 damage, blocked one shot, and we picked up the kill. But hopefully we should be able to get some shots on these tanks here as they cross. Just looking our gun that way in case anything does get detected, we're able to get a shot on the way forward, like this Oho here. We're waiting to get the shot where we're going to be able to pen. We do pen that one. We do get detected, but this Oho hopefully should be able to get taken out because it's crossing the right side on to a lot of our friendly teammates, and we do pick up the assistance there off of the Oho. And now we just got that, I think it's like this, the enemy heavy tier 9 heavy tank here on the left to contend ourselves with. We do have a fairly healthy type 4, which is just going to be able to splash him out of this location. What I'd kind of want to happen is this type 4, I don't want to take too long to kill this tank because it's just by itself at the moment. I don't really want to be the one eating the shot though in my tier 8 mediums. I'm hoping the type 4 will just push this tank with me and then we can take them out. And just, you know, just not delay. I just want to get rid of this tank as quickly as we can. As long as, you know, as long as this guy's alive, he's going to spot us. We've got more chance of getting shot by the enemy front police, or so we just want to push him and just get rid of this tank here. You know, there's 3 of us. It is only 1 tank. We should be able to just push, but I kind of need everyone to go together. But I'm just going to make the advance now because they don't seem to be coming with us. But hopefully I can use this sort of bit of a ridge here to protect myself. And then try and get some shots in when I get close. He has fired, so I'm going to get a shot into the lower plate there, and then just try and time this. See, you know, if he fires a shot, we're going to get another shot into his lower plate. He is a 1 shot now. He should be able to get taken out. There you go, he has fired, so we should be able to get the kill, but he gets taken out by our friendly type 4 anyway. Bringing us on now to a 7 versus 3. 2 of the well, the medium tank has just got spotted in the middle of the map. And then we just got the Iron Rain, which also got spotted. So now we know, you know, we're safe to peek here when they're not looking at us. We'll get some shots in, trying to get a second one into the Iron Rain, but he does get, you know, safe from us. But we are picking up more assistance though from our friendly team there, putting us under just shy of 4,000 damage. Knowing that the fact that it's just this medium and the Iron Rain there, the Iron Rain's probably, you know, on reload, you'd like to think. We're just going to push and try and spot them because we're not going to get shot from the ridge on the right because there's no one there to shoot us. It's only the enemy fun police, and the other 2 tanks have got to be in front of us. I want to go and spot them before they are able to get out basically and escape. I'm just going to cut them off and try and get the kill, try and pick up a bit more damage. I think that Iron Rain was pretty low after getting spotted there. Well, you get detected, but it's got to be the Iron Rain. He shoots us once, but then we're able to finish him off as he was a 1 shot. And now it just leaves us with a Centurion and the fun police to deal with. So we're looking for some shots. He's hold down to us there. I'm hoping someone's got some good shots in. Trying to keep it safe because the fun police is looking at us right now. And you know, I don't really want to end this game. But a decent game, you know, just shy of 4,000 assistance there. And now we're picking up a bit more from this Centurion. Fun police have stopped looking at us, and now we're just going to move forward. We can eat 2 shots probably off of this tank. So we're just going to try and just finish him off and finish his game. Hopefully get another kill. We get 1 shot into Centurion. He does miss his shot. We're hoping to get another one in here. We do get that shot in and we pick up the kill. Bringing this to 3 kills, 3,000, just shy of 4,000 damage, just shy of 4,000 assistance. And it's only the enemy fun police left. It is full health, so I'm hoping, I can get there and get some damage. But he's actually been clipped out by our friendly Lorraine. So yeah, realistically, Lorraine's easy to be able to kill him in the 1 clip. So I'm not going to be able to get the damage there. But there you go, brings an end to replay number 2 with 1 more replay to come. So let's see how we did. We got 3 kills, just shy of 4,000 damage, just shy of 4,000 assistance, a tiny bit blocked from the start of the game, and the ace tanker. But that's it for replay number 2 and the final replay to follow. Okay, so we made it for the final replay on Ghost Town. There's no fun police. There is 2 enemy light tanks, and you know, obviously Ghost Town we are top tier. And initially we're going to move to the cross position. I like to get in to watch sort of the AB line, because quite often the light tanks or tanks just force in across there, and you can get them caught in a really awkward situation and get some cross shots at. I tend to, for this spawn, always go to this position at the start, and then if nothing comes, you can either push or figure out where to go anyway from there. But I do like to use this position at the start. And you see these 2 enemy light tanks have crossed, and we do have some nice shots into them. Unfortunately, we missed both of them, but they are going to get pushed back here, and we're going to still get prevented. We're still going to get more opportunities to shoot them. We damaged the engine on the French light tank. We're trying to get a second shot in, which we do, putting them onto a 2 shot. The snake bright's kind of preventing me getting the kill shot, so I just take the extra damage. The light tank does get taken out by the rover anyway, and then we do get a nice shot there in the snake bright as he leaves. Putting this onto 1,000 damage, looking for the kill shot, but instead I shot the bricks. But now we're going to try and side scrape off this corner so we can deal with this ISM there. Get some nice shots in, trying to pull back, get a shot. Unfortunately, I kind of got in a bit of a situation with my friendly teammate there, trying to side scrape that building. So I'm just going to push forward, just so we can both try and use the position. And this enemy Nashron comes in the open. We get a nice shot in, put us under 1400 damage. Should be able to get a kill in before they're able to turn around, which we do. Picking up our first kill of the game, and sort of won the initial fight. And now we're trying to deal with this ISM, who has got an Iron Rain looking at him as well. We actually track him in place there. We was actually going for the lower plate, but we do track him in instead, and we end up getting a bit of assistance off the Iron Rain, and he does get taken out by our Iron Rain. And now we can push up to try and get shots into this enemy Black Prince, keeping an eye on the tanks to the left, but they can't shoot us at the moment. If they do, we'll be able to turn our attention to them. But we do get a nice shot there into the Black Prince. This Roger Dodger then comes out, which we get a nice shot in as a cross, putting us under 2,300 damage. And because they're kind of pushing into the heavy tanks in the middle of the courtyard, we're able to get shots into them while they're distracted and start wiggling away from their health, putting this Black Prince onto a 2-shot to us now. And now we're just going to push forward to take him out, even if it means eating a few shots in return, it's fine. We get 1 shot in. Now he is a definite 2-shot to us. We're just going to trade out these shots and just get rid of this tank. He's going to pen us twice for doing so, but I was happy to lose those hit points just to get rid of the tank. Putting us onto 3,000 damage and 2 kills. And now we're going to try and get behind that Roger Dodger quickly and get some more damaging shots in while we can. Was just looking for a shot. He does actually reverse out, and we get a nice shot through the engine deck there. Got friendly teammates coming to support me here. We do manage to squeeze another one in for the lower plate, putting them onto a 1-shot. Still an even game, though, to be honest. Still 7 versus 7. Should be able to pick up the kill on the Roger, though, putting us onto 4,000 damage. And we manage to get a shot into this tank there as he crosses, putting us under 4,100 damage. Again, still pretty even. Looking for the next target, and it's going to be this CS. We're actually going to go for the Ram on this tank, which is going to cost us a bit of hit points, but we want to be able to kill him quickly. We do that, and yeah, we lost 300 hit points of our own, but we're able to take him out for it, so it's okay. Putting us under 5,000 damage and only 3 remaining tanks remaining. 3 enemy tank destroyers. We're trying to come behind this TD here, but he's probably going to get taken out before we get an opportunity to do so. And it's just an enemy charioteer left now, and I think an AT-15. Charioteers in this, we should be able to get some shots into this charioteer. He's just fired. We get 1 shot in there. We couldn't quite get the drive wall because there's this little building in our way, but we do get a nice shot in, put us to 5,000 damage. It's just fired again. We should be able to get 1 in, putting them onto a 1-shot, and now that charioteer should get hopefully taken out by our light tank. Brings them to 4 kills and 5,500 damage with 1 enemy teammate remaining. Obviously, this tank doesn't have a turret, so if we get behind him, we're going to kill him. Now, I should just go behind him the safe way, and I just was greedy here, thinking I'll just eat a shot, track him in place and get behind him, which is all a bit of unnecessary risk, because I would have got behind him, but then I caught myself in that little bit of a building, and now I'm going to die. And I didn't really need to, unfortunately. I could have just done that a lot safer, but I was just greedy, trying to get all the damage as I could. But it's okay. We put ourselves onto 4 kills, 6,000 damage, and hopefully between the 2 tanks remaining, they are able to take them out so we don't lose. It goes on for a little bit of a while, so I'm just going to skip ahead because we do actually end up getting the victory. So let's just move on to the scoreboard. Okay, there you go. So we do end up picking up the W in the end. And we end that game pretty strongly with 4 kills, 6,000 damage, little 500 assistance. We get the ace tanker. Like I say, I didn't have to die really. I could have played that safer, but it is what it is, and that is the end to the video on the Panther 88. So yeah, thank you again so much for your support, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!